Chapter 1. Fresh Start. Your senses burn with desire as you lean over the bench, heart pounding at the sight laid out before you. But before you lock eyes with the person spread out below you, you catch sight of your own reflection in the gym's glossy mirrors. I'd like to customize my appearance. Hairstyle. Jewels. Halbert. You smile as you lower your hands onto the soft, goose-bumped skin. You played hard today. Now it's time for you to relax. The player below you, stripped down to their underarmor, shivers as you caress them with a familiar, teasing touch. Who do you see? Let's look at the female options. Female options are pretty much near identical. At least the male options are a little bit different. And the name is Laurie Burke. He shifts below you, his body glistening from the exertion of the game, covered in a thin sheen of sweat. Yes, please. You know how much I need your touch. It's the one thing you're always ready to give him. You massage his pectoral muscles, each motion of your fingers letting you relish the hard planes of his chest. I have more ways to make you feel better. You slide your hands under his shirt, savoring the heat of his body as you gently squeeze his... Hey, Jules. Hi! You push your thoughts away, swinging your gaze innocently to come face to face with two teammates. Luke, the cerebral winger, and Sean, the stout defender. You ready to give the Snow Tigers another chance at the trophy glory? Players get the glory, Luke. Athletic trainers like me just get front row seats. Oh, damn Blades. Damn Jack Jameson. Losing in the finals sucks. We'll improve our team's metrics this year. That championship will finally be ours. Let's get strong. You can lift after you've had your physical. I'm not having any of my players start the season with an injury because they went too heavy too soon. Don't keep us waiting too long. Sean needs his gains. Or her gains. The two head to the gym floor and start warming up. You try to shake off the last of your fantasy about their team captain. Suddenly hear the door open and turn, and your breath catches as you see the captain breathe in like a wish coming true. There's the woman who keeps me strong. It's been too long. It really has. And you will your body not to give your longing away. Has it? I can hardly count the days. Oh well, I was. I hope I'm still your first physical exam of the season. Laurie, sit. We have work to do. You need a physical to make sure you're still in playing condition. I hope you didn't spend the off-season eating nothing but ice cream. And lose my strength? Never. That's your favorite thing about me. You feel warm all over as you lead him to the private exam room and pull up his chart. Blood flow of the human heart. Any changes in medical history? I have some discomfort in my back, the occasional aches for no reason. I guess I've gotten old. You're 33 years young. It's practically dinosaur and hockey years. It's why I need you to keep me together. Alright, let's get up on the table. Let's see what kind of shape your dinosaur muscles are in. Laurie lies down on his stomach, giving you a full view of his taut muscles and firm ass. It's moments like these where I love my job. You run your hands along his thighs, feeling his muscles for knots and tightness. Your body is as perfect as always. That's because of you. My body never feels better than when it's in your hands. Well then, I'll just have to put my hands on you as often as possible. You deepen the massage, letting your hands linger to enjoy every firm curve of his body, just the way Laurie has always liked it, but he pauses, turning his head away from you. For the team, of course. I wish we could have something more than flirty banter. You imagine Laurie's hands massaging you, working his way down to the button of your pants. Maybe the season will be different. It can be my championship year, too. Losing or lost in your imagination, the examination passes faster than you'd like. How long do I have left to live? You're as game ready as you were the day last season ended. I think you'll live through the rest of today. Lucky me. But are you going to make it? Your favorite part of the day is over. You're so full of yourself. I have things I enjoy about my day, besides my job and you. Name one. Ordering players around, and they have to listen to me. Now, get out of my exam room. I have other people to see. He playfully raises his hands in surrender as he walks away, but turns as he reaches the door. One last thing. I left a little present for you in the equipment locker. It's an outfit that would be wasted on anyone else's body but yours. Your heart pounds as you wonder if this is Laurie testing the waters of your interest. Really? Show it to me. Laurie slips out with a smile and returns with the outfit, inconspicuously hidden between two towels. Accepting this could open the door for Laurie to ask me out, or refusing could make him think I'm rejecting him. Really? Pre-season couture. I'll wear it if you make sure it looks good on me. Laurie quirks his brow in a way that makes your heart take flight. Since when do you need my opinion? Uh-oh. If I'm not careful, he's gonna bolt on me just when things are getting interesting. I only mean... Your opinion is better than a mirror. The mirror only gives me a two-dimensional answer. I'm greedy enough to want three. Greed is something I can work with. He sits back and gestures for you to continue, looking every inch as dangerous as he makes you feel. By all means, Jules, dazzle me. You slip off your jacket, playfully reach for the top, and start sliding it up. You can feel the weight of his gaze as he watches you undress. Make him turn around. Before you undress all the way, you wag your finger playfully at him. Shame on you, Laurie. Did you think this was going to be a free peep show? Can't blame a guy for trying. He makes a big show of covering his eyes as you strip down and slip into the outfit. Even though he can't see you, you're aware of his every shifting movement as you tug the fabric into place. It's a perfect fit. As you show off your new look, his expression lights up like the rink during opening ceremony. Well, what's the verdict? You pause to showcase the curve of your ass, your every nerve strained to hear his reaction. Damn, Jules, that was made for you. Your knees grow weak at the low, rough scrape of his voice. You have incredible taste. Despite the chill in the room, the heat in his eyes is enough to set your whole body aflame. You must really know your way around a body like mine. You have no idea. Just when you think your life couldn't get any better, Laurie takes a step closer. He leans in, his arms outstretched, and plucks a piece of lint off your shoulder. There, much better. That's been driving me nuts this whole time. You're quick to hide your longing gaze as he steps aside, and, back to business as usual. I guess there's always next time. Laurie opens the door to the exam room. By the way, there's something I want to talk to you about later. You'll be in your office, right? Yes, you're always welcome. Later that day, in your office with Alex Goalie Extraordinaire. As usual, she looks to be in top form, but won't sit still long enough for you to confirm it. Yeah, my arms work, my legs are attached. What more do you want? Your blood pressure would be a good start. The day my heart stops beating, you'll be the first to know, but I can play nice. She holds out her arm and lets you wrap the cup around it. As you wait for it to inflate, you find your mind wandering. Is it just me, or did Laurie look good this morning? Like, really good? You glance out at yourself and barely suppress a shiver at the excitement at the way your new outfit clings to your body. And he made sure I looked just as good to match. As your own heart rate spikes at the memory, you're glad you're not the one currently getting a physical. Looking good, Source. With numbers like these, we might be able to stick to last year's diet plan you requested. You're jotting down a few notes when the door swings open and Coach Howe walks in.
Damn it, Jules, I told you to wait before you start the physicals.
Alex takes one look at the hard-edged coach's expression and rushes out of the room. That's my cue. I'll be back after lunch, Jules. You can ask me all your nosy questions about my life then.
Scrap everything you've done today. We need to readjust all the players' health plans.
Why? Because you'd rather the players eat straight protein, them do drills instead of strength training? You and I both know that strength training has to come first, or we risk major injuries down the road.
A few light drills won't kill them, and if it does, we've got serious problems this season.
They might not die, but they'll risk soft tissue damage. In hockey teams, that's the same thing. You glare at each other across the desk as the same old battle lines are drawn between you.
Let's put the swords away, Jules. As much as I've missed that smart mouth of yours, this call's coming from up high.
What are you talking about?
Management just informed me that there's been a change to the roster. We're trading for a late-round draft pick from another team. A player from until we get the new player up to speed, we're all gonna be catching up.
A new player? What do we know about them? Position, rank, history?
Other than a name, I don't have much to go on, and even that doesn't tell me much. But before today, I never even heard of him. Not a very promising start, is it?
1,000 different questions rise to your tongue, but before you can ask any of them, a knock sounds on the side of your open office door. Sorry to interrupt, but I was hoping you might have a few minutes to spare. Coach Howie's mood changes in an instant the moment he spots Laurie. Suddenly, Saul smiles and backslapping good humor.
You better tend to my favorite captain, Jules. I'll have that paperwork on your desk by tomorrow morning.
Without another word or more information on the new player, Coach heads out taking care to close the door behind him. I swear you two are like old married couple with the way you bicker. Excuse you, who are you calling old? He shrugs playfully as he seats himself on the opposite side of your desk, looking almost bashful as his gaze lands on you. So, there's something I need to tell you. All the air leaves your lungs at once. Your body practically is vibrating with sudden, exhilarating excitement. Is this it? Is he finally about to admit his feelings for me? I haven't told anybody yet, but I think this is going to be last season. It's time to officially retire my skates. Retire? But it'll be so boring without you. Who will play stupid locker room games with me and keep me entertained on long bus rides? That one's on you, Jules. Some problems you have to fix on your own. You grip the edge of your desk as the reality of what Laurie is saying hits you. But why now? Why like this? Laurie shrugs and looks away, his brow furrowed. You long to reach out, trace the perfect outline of his profile, but you don't dare move. Hockey has been my life for as long as I can remember, Jules. It's what I eat, breathe, sleep. But what about everything else? What about the people, the relationships? Your throat goes dry as you recall everything you know about Laurie's past. Even though he was divorced long before you came to the team, you remember all the news articles about it. His wife claimed irreconcilable differences due to hockey. She ate Laurie alive at the divorce court. I know balancing work and personal life can be hard, but knowing I've given hockey everything I have, can you blame me for wanting to see what life might be like on the other side? The first glimmer of hope floods through you as Laurie flashes you a crooked smile. I don't suppose you're willing to share what that new life might look like? It depends on whether or not you're willing to hazard a guess. I'd guess marriage. Try not to give the rapid thunk of your heart away as you imagine walking down the aisle next to him. You know what they say, second marriages are always the best. You clamp your mouth down for fear that the next words out of your mouth will be an invitation or shameless begging. Maybe you're onto something there. Laurie holds your gaze for a moment before his eyes slide down your body. But it's too soon to think about what happens next year. You and I still have this season to get through, remember? And just like that, Laurie catches himself and looks away. You're just saying that because you don't want me to start crying all over you. In all the years I've known you, Jules, I've never seen you cry. Not even when Luke gave you a concussion with that straight puck. I can't believe you remembered that. That was my first season as the team's trainer. I remember a lot more than that, and we've had some amazing times together. I'm going to miss you like hell. I'll miss you too, more than you know. I'm sure you have tons of work to do. I don't want to bore you with the jaunt down memory lane. He makes a motion as if to rise from his seat, but you can tell he's only waiting for an invitation to stay. I wonder if all those moments we've shared meant as much to him as they did to me. This might be my chance to find out. Reminisce with Laurie. You sit back in your chair and slowly cross your legs, smiling to yourself as Laurie's gaze flicks down before quickly rising back up. He takes a moment to appreciate his own handiwork, causing the temperature in your office to kick up 10 degrees. I can't decide which memory of you is my favorite one. I've seen you at all your worst and at your very best. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm always at my best. Do you remember the first time we met? It was at the kickoff party a few years back. You mean that one where I was a terrified wreck? You were just a baby trainer then, all sweaty palms, nervous chuckles. A warm flush washes over you with memory. You felt so out of place until Laurie looked over at you and flashed this devastating smile. You saved me from, when I talked to Coach's cigar buddies, a disaster from the Champagne Tower. Cigar buddies. They had me cornered by the hot wings. One of them was talking about his golf handicap, and the other kept trying to get you to look at a mole on his back. You couldn't hide the disgust on your face. I can't believe you remember that. He tilts his head and studies you, his lips curling in the memory. How could I forget? I'm pretty sure I asked you to a dance, didn't I? I do. I'm not sure if it's a cover story or if he really wanted to dance with me. Still, this time you flush, becomes a heat wave. You can still remember the way he put a possessive hand to your shoulder as he led you away to safety. My hero. His eyes twinkle as he smiles wider than you've seen all day. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. We were pretty solid friends from then on, weren't we? You can't help but frown at the sound of the word friends. There's nothing friendly about what I want Laurie to do to me or how bad I want him to do it. What is it? Why are you looking at me like that? Oh, no reason. I was just thinking that you weren't calling me your friend when I patched you up the first time. I believe a 4-letter word was involved, several of them. That's a lie. I barely flinched when that skate sliced my calf open. Ouch. You shake your head at how obviously he's trying to downplay the first injury you treated him for. You remember being scared out of your mind at the first time. I thought you were a very brave boy about it all. You only shed a single tear even though it was obvious that you were in a lot of pain. And that's when I knew you were something special. He smiles at the memories, lips curling upward in a way that makes your pulse race. I wasn't the special one, Jules. You had me patched up in a matter of minutes. I would have cared for you day in and day out if that's what you wanted. That's when I knew we were gonna make one hell of a team. The air in the room seems to heat up as the two of you continue your trip through the past. There are so many memories the two of you share. And almost all of them include Laurie putting himself entirely in my hands. I've had a lot of different trainers in my career, but none of them have taken care of me the way you have. Are you offering to write me a letter of recommendation? I can do you one better. I'm willing to admit that I couldn't have made it these past few years without you. A fluttering starts low in your belly, sending ripples of heat and longing straight through you. Oh yeah, what else have I done to earn such a compliment? Are you forgetting when we lost to the Blades in the championship game? I thought for sure that was the worst night of my life until you found me on the roof and brought me a bottle of tequila to drown my sorrows. You're mentally torn through time. To that moment on the roof, the stars were out, there was a chill in the air, and Laurie was in a serious need of comfort. That night was special to me. I never told you how much that night meant to me, but it meant more than you could possibly imagine. It meant a lot to me too, Jules. He quirks a grin at you, making your whole body yearn for that moonlit opportunity again. The bottle was pretty high-end. On your salary, that kind of generosity made an impression. My generosity wasn't what I wanted you to notice that night. Do you ever want anything more? Laurie reaches across the desk and touches your hand. We've had some good times together. All of a sudden, the reality of the situation hits you like a ton of bricks. He's really gonna quit the Snow Tiger. This could be your last year together, forever. Are you sure this is what you want? You're in your prime. All that strength, all the skills, the way you move. Better to go out with a bang than a whimper. Actually, don't answer that. Banging and whimpering are the last things we should be talking about right now. Ha ha! No, they're what we should be doing right now. Laurie, without you here, all we'll have left are memories. Everything will be different after you leave. All our good times together will be in the past. He reaches up and gently rubs the side of your chin. We'll make new memories, Jules. I promise, just ones outside of the ring for a change. You can hardly believe your ears. It's happening. It's really happening. If that's true, then what does our future look like? You lean into his touch, so caught up in the moment in his gaze that nothing else matters. Will we hang out after hours, grab a drink at the bar, or did you have something else in mind? No need to move so fast. We've got a whole year to figure things out, remember? You hold your breath, waiting for more, but he's already moved on. He raps his knuckles on your desk and gets to his feet. You don't say a word, hoping for a little bit more. Thanks for the chats, Jules. I really appreciate having a friend like you in my corner. Friend. You practically deflate as he heads out the door without a backwards glance. Talk about being friend-zoned. He didn't even pretend to want to make a move on me. Hot tears sting the back of your eyes. This feeling of disappointment is nothing new. Brush it off. He's always been the sort of man to guard his heart. That's half the reason I'm so in love with him. Even though all you want to do is drop your head to your desk and do nothing, you get back to work. gonna be a long day, and with a new player coming in, I'm already behind schedule. As darkness falls, you finish up your work, get ready to head out for the evening. I must be the last one to leave today. All the new player prep really set my timeline back. You decide to cut through the rink on the way to your car, only to stop short as the unfamiliar silhouette skates across the ice. Whoa, who could that be still here? The figure expertly weaves through a series of cones and approaches the net. They pull back their hockey stick only to slot the puck in the upper corner. Goal. At the sound of your voice, the figure turns and skates past the glass. As they turn toward you, you get a clearer view of everything they have to offer. So who do you see? Alright, let's give man first. We got number 1, number 2. Let's check the female options. Okay. Male options again. Number 1 or number 2? Hunter Malik. It's a good last name if you know RC. Anyway, you notice his features first. The sharp, strong jaw, the intense, captivating eyes. As if by magical force, you start to walk towards him. He notices you and comes to a neat hockey stop before leaning casually on his stick. Well, well, I'm not alone after all. You have no idea why you keep moving closer until the way his intoxicating voice wraps around you like a coil and the way your whole body seems to react. Your heart is in your throat, your skin tingling as his gaze rakes you from head to toe. Suddenly you're very glad you decided to wear Laurie's new outfit. Something wrong, Acha? I'm having the opposite problem. Everything seems right. I'm surprised to see a good-looking thing like you working so late. Surely you have somewhere better to be. You think so, but I work hard before I play hard. I like to play as much as the next girl, but I always make sure I earn it first. That's a lifestyle I can get behind, or on top of. He grins at you in a way that makes your heart flip over in your chest. Your stomach grows tight, heat creeping up your neck as his gaze narrows in on your lips. What's wrong? Have I already made you speechless? You open your mouth to respond, but no words come out. All you can think about is putting your hands on his chest and pushing him to the ice, where the cold seeps into your bones as you climb on top of him, feeling his hands on your... Wait, what am I doing? You blink and shake yourself back to reality. The practice rink after hours is neither the time nor the place for this kind of thing, in fact. What are you even doing here? The rink should already be closed for the night. Can't you guess? My last one out mentality should give me away. You notice the bag of gear on the far side of the ice and the well-worn patina of his skates. All at once, realization comes slamming into you. Wait, you're the new player, Coach Howe mentioned. Hunter leans against the side of the rink, and you do everything you can to ignore his grin. The new star player, actually. Want an autograph? I'll pass. I have a serious bone to pick with you. Not only did you heap a ton of extra work onto me, but you missed the entire first day. It was out of my hands. You shift from one leg to another, studying Hunter from the chink in his armor. If there's one thing you know about hockey players, it's that they all wear the same protective layer of BS. You can't make excuses for everything. In case you weren't aware, you're playing in the big leagues now. Results matter. Hunter hangs his head in a show of humility. I know. I'll do better next time. And if I don't, I know just who I need to whip me back in the line. You glare at him, not quite sure you trust his tone or the way he's peeking at you through his thick, gorgeous eyelashes. Is this, my first official coach grilling? Do I have a whole season of this to look forward to? Not exactly. I'm the team trainer, which means you'll be meeting in my office for your physical first thing tomorrow morning. And no, that's not an invitation to play doctor.
You don't need to worry about me too much.
He seems to mellow out and casts a look around the empty building.
I have a lot to catch up on, huh? This place is, something else.
It sure is. Some of the best hockey players in the world have trained inside these four walls. Hunter nods. Despite his muscular build and broad shoulders, he seems to feel the weight of all the men and women who came before him.
I was hoping someone would be on hand to show me the ropes today, but my flight got in too late.
He casts a hopeful look at you.
I don't suppose you could spare a few minutes to help me close the gap? I promise to behave myself.
It can't be easy being the new guy in a place like this. Giving Hunter a head start is in the best interest of the team. Why not follow me? You turn back towards the locker room. Right away, you can hear his footsteps behind you. Oh, so now he's listening to me. As you push into the locker room, you cast a quick, mischievous glance over your shoulder. If we do this, you'll have to keep up with me. You may not have gotten the memo yet, but I have a reputation around here for getting things done. You don't waste my time, and I won't waste yours. He pauses just long enough to give you a mock salute.
You got it, boss. Think I can manage that? And if I don't, I'll deserve whatever punishment you've got.
You start pointing out the various notes of interest. Laundry's through there, showers are in the back, everyone's responsible for their own locker, so make sure you tidy up after yourself.
I'm a big boy, and I think I can handle myself.
They all say that at first. You stop in front of a row of lockers, every player's name and numbers emblazoned over the top. As the new guy, you get the worst locker, so you'll be right next to the dirty towels. You're lucky. When Larry was the newbie, they ran out of space, so he had to share with one of the part-timers.
Larry? You mean Larry Jones, the left defensive man, right?
The very one. His reaction times both on and off the ice are stuff of legends. He could duck out of the way of a speeding bullet.
I see a lot of familiar names here. Luke Arquette, Sean Capaldi, Alex Soares.
The one to watch for is doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. I don't know. We'll go with... I don't know. I don't know these people. Let's just go with Alex.
The goalie, she's what, 5'3", 100 pounds soaking wet? What's so scary about that?
Don't let Alex's eyes fool you. The woman is forged of fire. I once saw her reduce a grown man to tears using nothing but mere mama jokes.
And that's supposed to scare me.
If it doesn't scare you now, just wait until you try to get a puck past her before she had her morning coffee. I wouldn't undergo the beating for all the trophies in the world. You see Hunter taking mental notes as you break down the team's players for him.
I sure picked the right tour guide, didn't I? Is there anyone on the team you don't know about? Someone you're leaving out?
You blink, surprised to discover that you didn't mention Laurie, and that you have no intent of doing so. Hunter's going to have to figure that out when what makes that man tick on his own. If I knew that, life would be a hell of a lot easier. Just you. Give me a few weeks and I'll be figured out.
Maybe I'm just not as easy man to pin down.
You push all your thoughts of Laurie down as far as they'll go. With a smirk for Hunter, you saunter out of the locker room and start heading in the direction of the gym. You're a hockey player, aren't you? At your core, you're all pretty much the same. The moment you set foot in the gym, it feels like coming home. You run your hand lovingly over the weights and workout equipment. And this is where the magic happens. Body stretching, muscles gleaming, sweat dripping off the brow.
I guess I don't need an insider to tell me what you like.
Don't be so sure. I'm more complicated than you think. He pauses on the threshold of the gym, his arms crossed as he leans against the doorframe, watching you.
Is that a fact? Does that mean you aren't gonna give me tips on how to get on your good side?
You want to know the way to my heart. Don't skip your workouts. I don't believe in taking shortcuts, not in life and definitely not in hockey. He rises to his full height and gestures are the perfectly sculpted lines of his body.
You think this is the body of a man who skips a workout?
Might just be good genetics.
That's what I thought.
Don't get cocky, dude. Hunter's tone rumbles in a way that reverberates through every bone in your body. You shiver once before tamping down the feeling as far as it will go. You're a professional, Jules. Let's keep it that way. Come on, the last thing I want to do is show you through here. You push open the next door to reveal the medical office. Now this is the last place I want to see you. If you're in here, then it means you got hurt. And I really don't like it when my players get hurt.
Is this part where I confess that I'm no stranger to long, painful recoveries?
You've been injured before. When and where? He chafes uncomfortably, looking as though he's already regrets his words.
Not a big deal, just your garden variety muscle tear.
You eye him skin and unsure whether you're happy that he's capable of admitting his weaknesses or alarmed at what's in store for you. And the recovery was more intense than you thought. It always happens. You players underestimate the amount of work that goes into getting back in top form.
No need to worry about me, Jules. I don't do anything by halves. When I give myself to something, I give myself all the way.
There's something about the way he's looking at you that makes your pulse start to flutter. Good to know. I'll be sure and make a note of it in your file. He casts one long, sweeping look around the office before you lead him back out to the rink.
So that's it? We covered everything I need to know to hit the ground running?
Not everything. You're going to have to uncover some secrets on your own. But this is a good start. I'm sure the other players can fill you in on the rest tomorrow.
Some good old teammate bonding, huh?
Hey, if it works, it works. He nods and quirks a grin as you both head for the door.
I'm glad I asked you for the tour. Tomorrow should be a piece of cake then.
Before you make it more than a few feet away from Hunter, the sound of approaching footsteps draws your attention.
Oh good, you haven't left yet. I wanted to say goodnight and thank you for...
Laurie cuts himself short at the side of Hunter.
Oh, I didn't realize you had company. It's a little late for visitors to the rink, isn't it?
I see you haven't met the new guy yet, Laurie. This is the rookie the Snow Tiger has just traded for.
The name's Hunter Malik.
The two players stand appraising each other, their arms crossed in twin power poses. Uh-oh. I know what happens when two egos this large get trapped in a pen together.
Our new rookie, huh? What round were you drafted in? Round 7, the last pick. But the league made a mistake. I should have been first pick. The same way you were back in the day.
Don't worry about it. As long as you can play, you'll make a name for yourself.
Oh, I can play. I'll pass you and make this team mine before you even realize what's happening.
Laurie laughs and relaxes his stance. You can go ahead and try, but believe me when I say you'll have a much better luck than with that next year. Both players turn towards you, the air between them practically crackles with tension. You suddenly become aware of the contrast between your killer outfit and the more dressed-down attire. Everywhere your skin is exposed breaks out in goosebumps. That no idea good tailoring could make such a difference in the way I look and in the way I feel. Come on, Jules. We'll walk you to your car. Hold up. Would you mind giving me a hand cleaning up first, Jules? I'm not sure where all the equipment goes yet. The two players stand by you, one of each side, their intent gazes burrowing into you. Oh, look. Almost feels like I'm in a Bollywood film. Lord help me. I'll stay up to clean with Hunter, go with Laurie. We'll go with Laurie. New guy can learn to clean up after himself. Thanks, Laurie. That's really sweet. I'll always be there for you. Oh, now you will be. You see a spark in Hunter's eyes, like he's thinking of saying something, but then he turns his attention back to you. See you first thing tomorrow, Jules. That physical isn't going to perform itself. His open interest makes your pulse leap, but as you walk away, Laurie settles up beside you so close that your shoulders touch. He reaches out and then lets his hand fall. Come on, Jules, let's get out of here. Was he gonna grab my hand? Maybe the tension with Hunter is pushing Laurie, is the push Laurie needed. No comment. Anyway, without further ado, thank you all for watching. Please remember that if you did enjoy the content, do like, share, and subscribe. Yes, there's a Chapter 2 later today. The season gets off to a rocky start with one player's long history of experience and another's slick new ways of clashing. Also, there is Inheritance, Years Apart, and Alpha, so stay tuned for those. But without further ado, let me know your thoughts down in the comments section. I already read the Wikipedia's thoughts on the book before it even came out yesterday on stream. Long story short is a lot of people were hoping that it wasn't going to be about Bounce Chicka Wow Wow. Let me go ahead and give you guys a little pro tip, okay? Just, you can share this with everybody, including your mom. So when you look at one of these apps, right, okay, and typically on page 1 it said 17 plus, right? That means it's going to be literally and figuratively the one thing that a lot of you are like, I don't want it to be all about Bounce Chicka Wow Wow. Yeah, no, sorry, it's going to be all about Bounce Chicka Wow Wow, okay? You see that 17 plus down there on the bottom too? There's another reason it's all going to be about Chicka Wow Wow. Also, when you first started this chapter, what did it say? Just go ahead and refresh your memory, okay? Because what did it say? Yeah, no. Anyway, it's kind of like, a lot of these books anymore. It's either about really dumb stuff or Bounce Chicka Wow Wow. It's okay. At least we have Romance Club and the occasional one-off story. Just saying. If only we had some, good stories coming. Nope. And then Fridays are just literally one chapter now for us. It's Crimes of Passion 3, which that'll be ending soon too. Just keep that in mind. Like, we're going on chapter 15. It's nearing the end of all that. So, it's really too bad that, The Spy, Do No Harm, heck, even Boardroom Alpha didn't get the go-ahead. It was given some new graphics and whatnot. Our Summer Crush, let's be honest, it's a little stupid. But yeah, no, there's several books that we had the opportunity to have, and bleh. It's just really sad that some of the writers have left the company. Because, they only have themselves to blame. Yeah, I said it. Bye!